Friday morning. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. Clouds are billowy and puffy, and I'm hoping everybody's having a great day. Hi, buddy. Coming to say hi? Mr. P saying hi. Mr. P. Hey? Mr. P saying hi? Well, come on. Don't be camera shy now. You can't be camera shy, Ba. Ba, you can't be camera shy. You can't be camera shy. You gotta look at the camera. Look at the camera, Ba. I know. Stop freaking out. It's okay. It's all right. It's the camera. You're good. I know. See? Have a smell. You're all right. Okay? The Mummy and Pee time. That sounds horrible, but anyways. Mummy and Pee time. Mummy and Pee time. I'm quirky. Simple as that. Just like people like wearing pineapple shirts and other people like wearing strange glasses, I'm quirky. Simple as that. Nothing more to it. I've had my normal meds for the morning. Didn't include anything else. And that's it. So what I want to get into right now is something very important to me. And something that's been happening to me that I really have now started to realize is I'm being bullied. I have been bullied for a lot of part of my life. I have been bullied in one way or another. Bullied into a way of thinking, bullied into a way of action, just bullied into shutting up, bullied for no reason, just because. I recognized that the other night, and I thought about it for most of the night and most of the early hours of the morning, and I thought about it because a person said to me that somebody else was a bully or bullying, and that's what they knew. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, whoa, back the truck up. Somebody else I know is a bully. And that's what they've been trying to do to me. If my thoughts don't measure up with theirs, if I'm not calling at the right time, if I'm disturbing them in any fashion, when it's not on their dime or time, then they bully. They make you feel small. They make you feel insignificant. They make you feel like it's your fault. They make you feel that there's something wrong with you. All while doing it with a smile. Or behind your back and stabbing you with a knife in it. There's so many ways people bully. And I just opened my eyes to it now. I recognized bullying on the internet immediately. I recognize it immediately. And I shut that shit down. Somebody I know says that. Shut that shit down. There'll be no bullying here. And the bullies are allowed to bully because we let them. Because we feel insignificant and our self-esteem is low. I wanted to hang up on this person. I wanted to end this conversation with this person because this person was being abusive and was being a bully. And it's certainly not how you talk to another person at all. And then what they're probably going to say is, I didn't do that. I didn't, it was them. They did this. And that's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. When I told somebody to stop doing something because it hurt my head, because I had just had needles, I asked them 4 times to please, please, please stop. Then I had to yell it. I had to yell it for them to hear me. I shouldn't have had to yell it to hear me, for them to hear me. They should have, on the first go round, said, I'm so deeply sorry. I didn't mean to be yelling. Or if you thought I was yelling, I'm so very sorry. I wasn't trying to do that, so I'll be. So you know what the dumbass did? He turned his phone right down. And he moved so far away from the phone that I could hardly hear him, waiting for me to say, well, now I can't hear you. For him to, the retort would have been, well, make up your mind. Either you want to hear, or you can hear me, or you can't. That would have been the retort. I just let it go. And so I just let him do what he was going to do. And then he came back onto the phone. And all of a sudden he started talking normally. He told me, well, I had to turn my phone down because you were yelling. And I said, I was yelling, yes, to get you to stop. To get you to stop because you weren't listening and it was hurting my head. That's what bullies do. They turn it around on you as if you are the one with the problem. Not them, you. I called to deliver some information that was pretty important, I thought. And then the person who was asked me to deliver the information thought it was important as well. And I was greeted with, hi, what do you want? Is it important? Hi, what do you want? What do I want? And is it important? Because I'm eating right now. Yes, it is important, and I'm sorry you're eating, so bye. That, to me, is not a conversation that you carry on with somebody. And if it was left to them, what they would say was, I didn't say it like that. I didn't say it like that. Of course not. Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. When there's nobody there to hear them bully you, they won't. They will, sorry. When there's somebody there to hear, because I found it particularly odd one day, that every time I talked to this person, they yelled at me all the time. As soon as somebody entered a room, they stopped. And they acted as sweet as pie. Oh, hi, hi, And I thought, what? And I knew that they didn't want this other person seeing that side of them. Immediately, I got it. I got it. When I was with that person, they didn't want that person seeing the side of them that they were yelling at me and being like that to me. That's a bully. I refuse to be bullied in my life at my age anymore from anybody, let alone this person. It riled me up. And if you agree with these people, if you agree with them, they stop. See what I said? See, you understand now, right? See, now you know. Meaning their way is the best. Narcissistic. I wanted to say something one day to them. I just about to, and then I said, forget it. And what was said to me was, oh, you're finally learning. Yeah, I am. I am learning. Not in the way you think I am, but I am learning. Very much so. It's amazing how they see themselves. They see themselves as kind, as, oh, there's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. Just don't piss them off. But it doesn't matter, because they're bullies, and you could say anything that doesn't agree with them and it pisses them off. And as soon as that happens, you've lit a torch. And that torch will start to burn brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter until you just sit there and shut up and don't say anything. And then they say, see? I was right. It's happened to me for all my life, just about. I was bullied by my mother. God bless her, because she has Alzheimer's right now. I was bullied by my mother. I was bullied by a few other people in my life, and horrific things. Somebody, Angie, you asked me. I don't talk about when I was young. No, I don't. I don't. And there's reasons, yes. And you thought that as well. I don't talk about them for reasons, because they are painful. And I've tried to put them behind me as much as I can and move forward. I don't like looking backwards. It's not a place I want to be or want to go. And sometimes these people that are forced to be in your lives, you have no other choice but to communicate, to be in their presence every now and again. But again, like I said, it was an epiphany for me the other night. I saw it as clearly as I was looking through a crystal. I understood. I totally understood. And I understood something about somebody else that I was trying to rack my brains about. And they said the same thing. They're bullies. I never thought of them that way. But when I started to think about things, it's a different kind of bully. And I thought, yeah, you actually were right on that. They are. They're the type of bullies that'll spread shit behind your back. They're the type of bullies that'll do that and then look at you and smile. Exactly like that. I don't know. Meanwhile, they know exactly what they've done. But you don't. You were so far out of the loop that you wouldn't even think somebody like that would do that to you. But they do. And then you catch whiff of it. Because these people just can't. They can't let things lie. They want to hurt and say things to hurt. And that's what they do. And they're happiest when somebody's hurting as much as they are, which is sad. And I finally, after what somebody said, I finally understand. Everybody in life goes through stuff. Everyone. And here it comes, Angie. It's going to be quickly, okay? It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Here it comes. Everybody in life has been through things. I have. Definitely. I was attempted rape when I was 6. By 4, I do believe it was now 4 guys. I try to block it out of my head now as much as possible. I could hear my cousin. They pulled me into a fort and they tried to rip my clothes off, and they were starting to rip my clothes off. And as I was screaming, they put their hands over my mouth. And then another one said, if you scream again, we'll give you a karate chop and kill you. I was 6. I was petrified. And as the other one was pulling my panties down, I could hear my cousin calling for me. And if it wasn't for my cousin calling for me, they got scared. There was a lot more they did and said, but I don't want to go into it because it is so painful. And I do believe that was the moment in my life that abuse happened. And that abuse started. And it changed the course of my life. That day, then. And it was a sunny day. And that sunny day turned to darkness for me. And my innocence was taken. They were let go because they were told, my parents were told, just let her forget. Let her forget. It's better to not bring her into a courtroom. Let her forget what's happened to her. And I did. I honestly put it somewhere in my memory bank that I forgot. Until something happened. And in 2014, in September, I spoke about my daddy because he was getting awarded. And I spoke about him and my fire family. And this person heard me. And he saw me on Facebook. And he apologized to me. And I said, what are you apologizing to me for? He said, I'm sorry for hurting you way back when. I said, I don't understand. Why do you say that? I couldn't have been that much. I don't remember. So it couldn't have been that drastic. But you hurt me. And then he went into it that day. And all those memories came flooding back to me. All of them. every single one, and how fearful I was. And I panicked. I remembered everything. And I told him every single thing, vile thing that they did to me. He went to my school. He saw me every day. There'd been many opportunities he could have told me. But he waited all that time to tell me, to avail himself. And it hurt me so bad. It brought it all back up again. And I thought, why? Why would someone do that now? And then after I said huge email that I wrote to him, saying, don't you ever contact me again. He did. Then I blocked him. And it was on Facebook. And many of my friends know him. Many of my school friends, I should say. Because I don't really have any friends since Mom been sick. Well, my school friends know him. And he wanted to meet me in person. And my deputy commissioner said, no damn way you meeting him in person. You tell him to, or we will all be there meeting him in person. I don't know if he knew where I worked. But why he wanted to apologize to me in person, I have no idea. But I didn't give two shits about his apology in person. I didn't give a shit about, well, I was young. I don't care. All I cared about is what he did to me. Him and others that were there that day did to me in that fort that was built. And I don't know if I was the only one that they did that to. Then later on, I was attempted rape again. Me and a friend. And then later on, again. And I was sodomized. Twice. I do believe, like I said, and then my sister, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take being abused. I swallowed pills to try to kill myself at 13. My sister, who I loved, was dying. She's the only one who understood. That was my stomach. She's the only one who understood what pain I was in. She passed. It blew my world apart as well. Then I had a best friend. And she was murdered while I was there. And I held her when she told me she was dying. And I told her, don't ever talk like that again. And the last thing I saw was her wheeled into the ER with her knees up on a stretcher, holding her stomach where she had been stabbed with a 25-centimeter butcher knife. And everything I had to go through and went through with the trial. And things that I heard that couldn't be corroborated because it was now only me against that person. But then there was more hurt. Then I married an abuser. He abused my children and he abused me. And when, at the age of 3, that was it. I came home and my child was covered in bruises. My baby. And I said, you call the police or I will. And he was taken. And from that point, it's brought misery into my life since. As I had to deal with that in him for years. And his wretched family. Who, at that point, everything was my fault. Right. Everything was my fault. He's the abuser, but it's my fault. Yeah. Okay. He didn't remember until recently that he punched me in the face and gave me a bruise on my cheek so much that I had to cover it with a bunch of gunk, and that he didn't fool anyone or people that I knew at the time. They knew something was happening. The excuses I were giving them were not plausible. And they knew they were excuses. They were waiting for me to finally to be able to talk about it. And I didn't. I seem to attract people who abuse because my second husband did the same. He hurt me. He broke me financially. He broke me physically. He broke me mentally in every single way possible. He hurt my children. And he hurt me. Through my life, I've been made to feel like I'm nothing. And so comes the other night, where again I'm made to feel like I am nothing. Like I'm telling somebody, please stop with your raising your voice. Please stop. Because I had needles in my head. Please stop. And they're not even listening. They don't even bother caring. Puts me back into the situation that I was. And ironically, it's the same person. Who says that they changed so much. I've given this person the benefit of the doubt. When nobody else would. But I did. I wouldn't talk to an animal like I've been talked to. Yeah, what do you want? Is it important? I'm eating. Well, pard the fuck out of me. I was passing on a message that I thought, and this is in my head, I didn't say it. Boy, I wanted to. I'm passing on a message that I thought that maybe you would like to hear. Maybe. Just maybe. And then he waits until 2.5, 3 hours after. I didn't pick up because I was with my army. Oh, I'm sorry. I just completely forgot that you phoned. I just really, totally, completely forgot you phoned. Really. Like I got a fucking bridge in Brooklyn to sell ya. No. And then when I did call back, I'm not going to take it anymore. I am tired at my age of being ripped a new one. I'm tired of being nice to people that hurt me. I'm tired of it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. If people can't see what's in my heart, then they don't deserve it. They don't deserve me. They don't deserve me in their life. And that's how I feel. So that's it, Angie, and very, very short. Oh, my mother. My mother hated me. And she told me so often. She told me she never wanted me. And that I was nothing but gutter slime. And that no man would ever want me after my abusive husband, for my children and me, after I left him. No man would ever want me. I'm used up. And more. I suffered physical abuse under her, mental abuse, verbal abuse. I am tired of being abused, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And if somebody thinks that they can rip me a new asshole anymore, think again. And that's why it bothers me when on social media people are cruel and hurtful and say mean shit, either to me or to anybody else. And when people say just let it go, it's really hard to do that for me. When most of my life has been abusive, and the bright spots have been my father, my sister, some people that I still have in my life right now. So there you have it. In a nutshell, nice little package to bow. And that's what's made me who I am. So today is going to be a good day. I got that off my chest. He has been with me through every single thing in my life and continues to be with me. I'm facing a lot of different things right now, health-wise. And I know it'll be what it'll be. And I know that since I was 6, maybe even before that, there was a lot of horrific things in my life that happened to me. There's a lot more that I won't talk about. That I know. People that know me have said, you need to write a book. They know a lot of things that have happened. They know. And they know that if I did, it would be a book to help somebody else with what they're going through. I've had 2 publishers come to me. Where do I get the strength from? And I don't know. Then I think about it again and say, has to be. And so, yes, everyone has horrific things that happen in their lives. Just different things. That's all. Some more horrific than others. But everybody does. But it doesn't give you an excuse to bully. And it doesn't give you an excuse to treat people poorly or to behave poorly. It doesn't give you an excuse for that. At all. Ever. So I'm Mish. I